Hey guys, I hope you are all well, wherever you're joining me from, whenever you're joining me. Hopefully you are looking forward to getting moving, and this is going to be an intermediate Vinyasa flow yoga class with a focus on opening up through the sides of the body. So lots of side stretches incorporated throughout the practice and working towards compass pose and balanced elephant at the end. If that sounds like something that you want to give a try, then come and join me on your mat. We will start today lying down on our back, so make your way onto your back. Extend the legs long, extend the arms all the way up overhead. Start by taking a big full body stretch all the way from the fingertips to the toes. Breathe in, stretch even further. And as you breathe out, soften, relax, release the weight of the body down into the mat. Come into banana pose by bending the right knee, plant the right foot on the floor, then use that to help you lift the hips and shift them as far as you can over to the right. Walk the left foot as far as you can over to the bottom left corner of the mat, then cross the right ankle over the top of the left leg. Now shimmy the shoulders and the hands over to the top left corner of the mat, finding a nice side bend all the way down the right side of the body. If the right hip and the right shoulder are really far from the earth, see if you can draw them a little bit closer. They might not reach the mat, but just think of drawing them down in that direction. We'll settle into this shape for a few deep breaths. So take a moment to notice the feedback that your body is giving you, where there's a sense of spaciousness in the body, where there's tightness in the body. What parts of the body can you soften? Where can you let go of any tension that's not going to serve you throughout this practice? Connect to your breath here. Take some really big, deep breaths and maybe notice how a deeper breath brings a deeper sensation. A fuller breath leads to a fuller stretch. Send that breath into the right ribs, the right lungs. Feel them expanding with every breath in. And feel everything relaxing with every breath out. One more full cycle of breath here. Then unwind back through center. Keep the arms and the legs extended long. Take another big full body stretch from head to toe. Then banana pose, second side. Bend the left knee, plant the left foot on the floor. Lift the hips, shift them over to the left side of the mat. Walk the right foot as far as you can over to the right. Left leg over the right. Shimmy the shoulders and the hands to the right, and then see if you can drop that left hip and that left shoulder down. Again, a moment to notice what's going on in the body on this side. Maybe one side feels different, if there's more space on one side than the other. How can you use the breath to create more space on this side? Few moments in stillness, finding movement just in the breath. Again, notice if you're gripping or holding on any places that you don't need to be. Relax the face, relax the shoulders, relax the hips. 2 more big, deep, full breaths here. Fill that left body, fill the lungs. And slowly make your way back to center. One last big full body stretch. Stretch the fingers and the toes away from one another. Find length. And release. Keep the left leg extended. Keep the arms up above you. Squeeze the right knee into the chest, just using the strength of the leg to squeeze that knee as far as you can in. Maybe the thigh makes contact with the belly. Take some circles with the right ankle here. Switch direction of the circles. Take some big circles with the right knee, all the way out to the side, across the body, down, around and up. Mobilize the hip. Switch direction of the circles. Now, next time the right knee travels towards the left, keep it going. Drop the knee to the floor over on the left-hand side. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Open the right arm straight out to the side. Big breath in. And big breath out. One more full, complete inhale. And full, complete exhale. Unwind back through center. Once again, full body stretch, arms up, legs long. Keep the arms above you. Squeeze the left knee into the chest. Press the thigh towards the belly. Take some circles with the ankle. Switch direction of the circles. Take those circles through the knee, opening it as wide as you can to the side, squeezing it up and in, around and down. Switch direction of the circles. Then the next time the knee travels towards the right, let it keep going, landing in a supine twist. Bring the hand onto the thigh, left arm out to the side. Maybe press into that right elbow to help you spin the left shoulder a little bit closer to the mat if you notice that there's some space there. Unravel back through center. Last time, arms reach up, toes point down. And then gather the knees into the chest, bring the hands onto the shins, rock and roll forwards and backwards. Keep it going a few times, massaging the length of the spine. And eventually bring yourself to sit, sitting down with the knees bent, soles of the feet on the floor, spread through the toes, hands around the shins so that you can find space across the chest. Nice broad shoulders, broad upper back. Inhale, reach both arms up, keep the arms up. Extend the left leg long, keep the right knee bent. And then twist to the right hand side. Wrap the left arm around the right knee. Bring the left arm around the right knee. Did I say the right arm? If I said the right, I meant the left. And the right fingertips come behind for support. Option here to thread the left arm underneath the right knee. Bring the right arm behind the back. Find a little bind here. Roll the chest and the shoulder open. Unwind from the twist. Bring the fingertips either side of the legs. And then 5 times, lift the left leg off the mat. Drop it down and lift. Take it slow. Lift for 3, 2, and 1. Lift, keep it there. Reach the arms to the front of the mat and then 5 times. Lower down onto your back. Keep the legs in the same arrangement. Lift all the way back up. 4 more times. Lower. Crunch it up. Keep that right foot on the floor. Lift for 3 and 2. Last time. Lower and lift it up. Drop the left leg down, extend the right leg to meet the left, reach the arms up and overhead. Second side, bend the left knee, plant the foot on the floor, and then twist to the left hand side. Use the right arm to give the left knee a little hug. Just a gentle bit of pressure in the left hand, so don't fully collapse into that hand, just resting on the fingertips for a bit of support. Maybe find the bind on this side, threading the right arm under the left knee, bring the left arm behind the back. Take a big breath in, find a little bit more lift and length. And a big breath out, spin a little bit further into the twist. Unwind back to face forward, fingertips frame the legs. 5 times, nice and slow. Lift the right leg and lower. 4 more, lift and lower. Keep the spine long for 3 and lower. 2 and lower. Last time, lift the leg, keep it lifted. Extend the fingertips forward, then 5 times, all the way onto the back. Lift it back up. Lower for 4 and lift. Last 3. Lift. You can do it for 2. Back up. Last time, lower it down. Bring it back up. Bring both feet onto the floor. Cross the ankles so you're in a cross-legged seated position. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Breathe out, bring the left hand onto the floor. Sweep the right arm up and over for a side bend. And then graze the floor with the right fingertips as you sweep it into a side bend on the other side. Keep traveling from side to side. Spiraling the arms down in front of you, then around to the other side. Maybe looking up towards the ceiling when you find the side bend. Moving with your breath. Breathing into the side bend and breathing out as you flow in between. Next time you come over to the left, pause there. Really ground down through that right hip. Notice if it's trying to lift off the floor. Finding contrast between the right hip grounding down and the right fingertips reaching over. And for these last few breaths, maybe lift the left hand off the mat, reach the fingertips out to the side. Imagine like you're holding a big beach ball in between the hands. And then take it over to the other side, right hand down at first, left fingertips up and over. And again, just a gentle bit of pressure in that right hand, not collapsing down. Keep the chest spinning to the side, maybe even spinning up. Then for these last few breaths, maybe the right hand reaches straight out to the side. Engage the obliques. Big breath in. And big breath out. Inhale, come upright, fingertips reach high. Switch the cross of the legs, so the opposite leg's in front. And then fingertips to the mat, walk them forward, fold down over the legs. Find some movement here, maybe wiggle the hips and the shoulders from side to side. Again, connect to the feedback from the body, if it's in the hips, the back. Notice what's going on, connect to it, breathe into it. Walk the fingertips up towards you, plant the hands on the mat, roll onto hands and knees, uncross the ankles, tabletop position. A moment to find your alignment, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Push the hips to the right, look over the left shoulder, back towards the left heel. Bring it back through center, then over to the other side. Keep it going, this side to side cat-cow, hips to the right, look to the left. Hips to the left, look to the right. One more each way. And then come back to neutral. Inhale, lift the right leg off the mat. Exhale, tap the right toes as far as you can over to the left-hand side. Take them as far as you can to the right, then back to the left, over to the right, back to the left, back to the right, back to the left, and pause there. Once again, push the hips to the right, look over the left shoulder, back towards the left, to the right foot. Press that right heel away from you. And now lift the right foot off the mat, extend it straight out to the right hand side, drop the foot to the floor, right foot in line with the right hip, walk the hands forward, melt the chest down for puppy pose with the right leg straight out to the side. Hips are stacked above the left knee. Thread the left arm under the right, come onto left ear and left shoulder, find a twist. Then maybe open the right arm straight up to the ceiling. Maybe find a half bind, thread the right arm behind the back towards the left hip, the left thigh. Use that grip to help you roll the shoulder open. Unravel the right arm, place it back on the floor. Unravel the left arm, place it back on the floor, shoulders back above the wrists. Lift the right leg off the mat, pulse there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the right leg out to the side. Extend the left arm straight out to the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left hand, right knee, back to the floor. One round of regular cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, press the floor away, round through the spine. Come back to neutral tabletop position. Inhale, lift the left leg off the mat. Exhale, tap the left toes as far as you can over to the right hand side. Tap them over to the left. Make that rainbow back to the right. Keep it going to the left, to the right, to the left. This time to the right and hold. Look over the right shoulder. Press that left heel back. Unwind, extend the left leg straight out to the left hand side. Drop the left foot to the floor. Walk the hands forward, melt the chest down, Anahatasana, puppy pose. Thread the right arm under the left. Rest the right ear and the right shoulder down. Sweep the left arm up towards the ceiling, then maybe thread it behind the back, finding the right hip or the right thigh for a bind. Unravel the left arm, place it back on the floor. Unravel the left arm, my lefts and rights are getting so mixed up today. Plant the right hand back on the floor, shoulders over wrists. Lift the left leg off the mat, pulse it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the right arm straight out to the side. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand and knee back to the floor. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Back to neutral, tuck under the toes. Lift the knees to hover a few inches above the mat. Squeeze the right heel in towards the right glute. Drop the right toes back down. Left heel to left glute. Toes back down. One more each way to the right. And back to the left. And back. Walk the hands forward about 1 handprint distance. And then straighten the legs, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths to find your downward facing dog. Find any movements that are calling to you, or maybe find stillness if that's what feels good today. Again, a moment to observe how things are feeling. If this downward dog feels different from the last time you did yoga, if it feels more open and spacious, if it feels more easeful, or maybe it feels more challenging, maybe it feels more tight. No right or wrong answer, just a moment to notice. On your next breath in, lift the heels high, come onto the tiptoes. On your next breath out, drop both heels over to the left-hand side. Straighten the right leg, find a deep bend in the left knee. Come onto the left tiptoes. Really press back into the hips. Push them back and to the left to open into the right side of the body. Then option here to lift the right hand off the mat, slide it back, grab hold of the left ankle with the right hand. Place the right hand back down, come back through center, lift the heels high, drop them over to the right this time. Straighten the left knee, bend the right knee, lift the right heel. Breathe some big, deep breaths into the left side of the body. And then maybe slide the left hand back, grab hold of the right ankle. Place the left hand back down on the floor, come back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, press the chest back towards the thighs so you're hovering above the mat. Then use your next breath in, your next breath out to either step, hop or float. Land in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, press the hands into the shins. Exhale, descend back down into your fold. 2 more like that. Inhale, ripple your way up. Exhale, soften your way down. Last time, big breath in, create space. Big breath out, soften down into that space. Fingertips on the floor, about 1 foot's distance in front of the toes. Step the left toes behind the right foot. Take them off the right side of the mat. Keep the left fingertips grounded. Open the right arm up. Find a twist. Big breath in. Big breath out, back down into your forward fold. Step the left toes back in line with the right. And then step the right toes over and behind, off to the left-hand side. Open the left fingertips up. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften back down over the legs, step the right toes back. This time, inhale, halfway lift, hands onto the hips. Exhale, come all the way up to standing. You might not be able to see my head right now, so you'll have to trust what I'm saying rather than what I'm doing. So big breath in, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Big breath out, slide the right hand down the right leg, reach the left arm up and over. Ground down into that left foot. Make sure the chest is still open to the side rather than collapsing down. Big breath in, come back through center. Big breath out, take it over to the other side. This time ground into the right foot. Find that contrast between the right hip and the right leg, grounding into the earth and the right hand, reaching over the other side. Big breath in, reach both arms high. Big breath out, hands through heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands through heart, then down by your sides. 1 more, breathe in, reach them up. Breathe out, fingertips meet, then drop down. This time, inhale, reach the arms high and squeeze the left knee up and into the chest. Take some circles with the left ankle, just like we did down on our backs. Now take some big circles with the left knee. Switch direction of the circles. Squeeze the knee as high as you can up and in towards the chest. As you inhale, tap the left toes down behind you. As you exhale, bring the hands to meet the knee in at the chest. Inhale, arms up, toes down. Exhale, squeeze everything in. Breathe in, expand. Breathe out, contract. This time, inhale, reach the arms up, take a big step back with the left toes, landing in a high crescent lunge. Pulse into that left knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it hovering just an inch above the mat. Squeeze that glute. And then softly lower the left knee down onto the floor. Maybe heel toe that right foot forward if you need to, or backward if you need to. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, right hand to right hip, reach the left arm up and over. My voice went weird then. Find the side bend. Option here to bring the right hand or fingertips down onto the mat, outside that right hip, and maybe lean a little bit further over to the side. And for these last few breaths, maybe lift the right hand off the mat, reach it straight to the side. Again, imagine holding a beach ball in between the hands. Now bring the right fingertips around the left wrist. Pull that arm even further into the stretch. Now keep the hand around the wrist, but come up out of the side bend. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Tuck under the left toes if they're not already. Lift the left knee off the mat. Pulse the knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the arms as they are. Step onto the right leg. Squeeze the left knee up and in towards the chest. Then step the left toes over and behind the right. Lean over to the right hand side. Big breath in. And big breath out. One more inhale, find even more length. Then exhale, fold down over the legs. Cross the left ankle right behind the right ankle, fold down. Walk the fingertips over to the left, push the hips to the right. Bring it back through center, walk the fingertips to the right, push the hips to the left. Bring it back through center, roll your way all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart, uncross the ankles, step the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, reach both arms up. This time side bend with the right fingertips around the left wrist. So it might be a bit harder now that you've not got the right hand to support you on that right leg. Just take it as far as feels supported in this variation. Inhale, bring yourself back through center. Left fingertips catch the right wrist, find some length. Then find some depth over to the side. Big breath in, bring it back up. Big breath out, hands through heart center. Inhale, reach the fingertips high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, press them together at the heart. One more time, breathe in, stretch high. Breathe out, hands to the heart. This time, inhale, arms up, right knee comes up and into the chest as far as you can squeeze it in. Circle the right ankle one way and the other way. Big circles with the right knee. Imagine like I've stuck a paintbrush on your knee and you're painting a big circle in the air. Switch direction of the circles. Squeeze the knee up and into the chest. Inhale, tap the right toes down behind you. Exhale, hands and the knee meet at the chest. Inhale, expand. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, reach and tap. Exhale, squeeze. One more, breathe in. Breathe out. This time, inhale, arms up. Right toes step back into your high crescent lunge. Pulse the right knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it hovering for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then gently soften the right knee down onto the floor. Rearrange the legs if you need to. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left hand, left hip. Right arm up and over. Maybe look up towards the ceiling. Maybe bring the left hand or left fingertips onto the earth beside that hip. Find that space across the chest, across the right side of the body. Then for these last few breaths, lift the left arm off the mat, extend it to the side. Hold that beach ball. Now catch the right wrist with the left fingertips. Pull that arm a little bit further into the stretch. Keep the fingertips around the wrist, but release from the side bend. Tuck under the right toes, lift the right knee, pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big step onto the left leg. Squeeze the right knee up and into the chest. Step the right toes off to the left hand side. Bend into the right side of the body, over towards the left. And then melt down over the legs. Step the right foot forward so the right ankle is right behind the left. Fold down here. Walk the fingertips to the right, bump the hips to the left. Bring it back through center, over to the other side. Bring it back through center. Roll your way up to standing, reach the arms up. Uncross the ankles, bring the hands to heart center. Big breath in, reach the arms high. This time, big breath out, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step one foot, then the other back into your plank. Keep the toes tucked as you lower the legs to hover above the mat, drop the hips down. Roll onto the outside edge of the left foot, look over the right shoulder, back towards the toes, drop the left hip down. Bring it through center, drop the right hip to hover, look over the left shoulder. Bring it back through center, then wave it back into downward facing dog. Again, a few moments here to maybe move or maybe find stillness. A moment to observe any changes that have occurred since the start of the practice. What parts of the body feel more open, more warm? Moving once again, use your next breath in to sweep the right leg up towards the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Breathe out, shoulders over wrists, right knee into the nose. 2 more like that. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time, big breath in. Big breath out, step the right foot between the hands, spin the left foot onto the mat, warrior 2 legs, rise up into your warrior 2. Extend the arms, stack the head over the heart, over the hips. Look back at your back arm, make sure it's level with the shoulder. Send some energy through the fingertips. Breathe. Now as you breathe in, sweep the right arm backward, reach the left arm in front of the belly towards the front of the room. Then as you breathe out, sweep the left arm forward, cross the right arm over the belly. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, crisscross the arms. 1 more back, breathe in. 1 more forward, breathe out, pause and hold. You might even work that right shoulder onto the top of the right knee. Spin the chest up to the side of the room. Bend that right knee a little bit deeper. Then for the last breath, maybe reach the right arm forward as well. Hold that beach ball to the front of the room. Breathe in and breathe out. Straighten the right leg, reverse triangle, slide the left hand down the left leg, reach the right arm up and over. And then option to bring the left fingertips around the right wrist. Find your reverse with the clasp around the wrist. Release the arms, bring them to heart center. Bend into the left knee, drop the hips above the left heel, Skandasana to the back of the mat. Press the left elbow and the left knee in towards one another. And then option to find a bind here. Wrap the left arm around the front of the left shin. Bring the right arm behind the back. Find the clasp. Use that to help you open the chest even more to the side of the room. Release from the bind, hands to the heart. Sit yourself down on the mat. Keep the legs in the same configuration. Bring the right hand onto the left ankle. Reach the left arm up and over, maybe in the direction of the right foot. Might not reach, it's just thinking about working it in that direction. See where you land, settle in for a few deep breaths. Wherever you are, use your next breath in to unwind. Bring the hands back to the heart, and maybe with the hands at the heart, or you can bring them to the mat. Lift back up into your Skandasana. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Travel to Skandasana at the top of the mat. Bring the left hand down, come onto the left toes. Open the right arm up, easy twist to the front of the mat. Then spin onto the outside edges of both feet. Drop the left hip down, revolve Skandasana. Inhale, lift the hips, sweep the right arm forward. Exhale, drop the hips, reach the right fingertips back. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, soften down. This time, inhale, lift, pause there. Step the right foot to meet the left, landing in a side plank on the left side. Big breath in. Big breath out. Plant the right hand under the right shoulder. Come onto the tiptoes. Plank pose. And then maybe take it straight back to down dog. Or maybe work through a vinyasa. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, wave it back. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, squeeze it in. Last time, big inhale. Big exhale. Step it through. Spin the right heel to the floor. Windmill your way up into your warrior two. Left knee over left ankle, head over heart over hips. So notice if your warrior two is reaching forward. See if you can keep everything nice and stacked. Spine is nice and long. Keep the left knee bent. Inhale, reach the left arm back. Sweep the right arm forward. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Keep it going. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle with the crisscross arms. Last time, inhale, take it back. Exhale, reach it forward, pause there. Maybe it's the left shoulder, resting above the left knee. Keep a nice bend in that left knee. Keep the hips nice and low. Press into the outside edge of that back foot. Then for this last breath, maybe reach the left arm forward as well. And that left thigh is probably screaming at you. Mine is. And then straighten the left leg, reverse triangle. Left arm up and back, right arm down the right leg. And then option to bring the right fingertips to catch the left wrist. Find the side bend with the clasp of the wrist. Release from the side bend, gather the hands at the heart, bend the right knee, drop it down, Skandasana at the back of the mat. Maybe find the bind, bring the right hand behind the back, the left arm behind the back to meet it. Roll the chest open, breathe into the stretch. Unwind from the bind, hands at heart, sit the hips on the floor, left hand to the right ankle, right arm reaches up and over in the direction of the left foot. Maybe you nestle that left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. And again, use the breath to help deepen into the stretch. Send some big, deep breaths into the right side of the body. Draw yourself up and out of it as you draw your next breath in. Hands to the heart or on the mat. Lift the hips back into Skandasana. Reach the fingertips high. Travel to Skandasana at the top of the mat. Right hand down, left arm up. Easy twist. Then carry on traveling to the outside edges of the feet. Lower the right hip down. Revolve Skandasana. Inhale, hips up. Left arm forward. Exhale, hips down. Left arm back. 2 more. Inhale, lift and sweep. Exhale, soften and release. Last time. Breathe in, lift, pause there. Step the left foot to meet the right foot. Vashisthasana, side plank. Big breath in. Big breath out. Left hand under left shoulder. Come onto the tiptoes. Work through a vinyasa or take it straight back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out, wave it back. Full complete inhale. Full complete exhale. Now either drop the knees down to the mat, then swing the legs in front of you, or jump through, maybe successful, maybe not, like mine, did not work that time, never mind. Don't have to be perfect every time, just have to give it a go and have some fun. Come into a cross-legged shape and then keep the left leg in its cross leg. Plant the sole of the right foot on the floor with the knee pointing up towards the ceiling. Lift the right foot off the mat, bring the hands to interlace underneath the sole of the right foot. Kick the foot into the hands, work it in the direction of straight. Might not fully straighten, that's fine, just working it in that direction. Keep the chest nice and spacious, nice and open. See if you can keep the leg lifted, but release the hands. Pulse the leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right foot. Open the right arm up behind you. Find the twist. Hopefully you've not got a wall in the way like I do. Then once again, release the grip on the foot, keep it lifted. Teeny baby pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hand back onto the foot. Bring the right arm to the inside of the right leg. Plant the right hand on the floor. Shimmy that right leg as far as you can up the right arm. So that knee working up towards the right shoulder. Then see if you can kick the foot into the hand and straighten the right leg, finding compass pose. Maybe look towards the left hand side, under the left shoulder. Maybe play with pointing and flexing the right toes. Take a few big deep breaths wherever you're at. And if you want to carry on with a little bit of playtime, see if you can hook that right knee over the back of the right shoulder. Bring both hands onto the floor. Straighten the left leg directly in front of you, and then lift everything off the mat into balanced elephant. And then maybe, if Ashtavakrasana is in your practice, take it there, cross the left ankle over the right, shoot the legs straight out to the right hand side, bend the elbows, hover the chest down. Unravel back through centre, sit yourself on the mat, release the legs, release the arms, give everything a little shake, a little twist, a little wiggle. Whatever happened on that side does not matter. We're going to give the other side a go. One side might be easier, one side might be more challenging. It's not about what happens, it's just about giving it a go and having some fun. So this time, the right leg stays bent. Plant the sole of the left foot on the floor. Bring the fingers to interlace under the left foot. Kick the foot into the hands for heron pose. Again, notice if the spine is rounding here. See if you can keep it nice and spacious and lifted. Release the grip on the leg, pulse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand to the outside of the left foot. Left arm straight out behind you. Revolved heron pose. Release the grip on the foot, pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand back onto the foot. Thread the left arm underneath the left knee. Bring the left leg as high as you can up the back of the left arm. Then maybe start to kick the leg in the direction of straight for compass pose. So it doesn't matter if the leg is straight or not, if you're feeling the stretch, that's all that matters. You're getting all the same benefits. Again, maybe point the toes, flex the toes, see what feels good, see what your body is asking for. And then option to play around with balanced elephant, hooking that left leg as high as you can up the back of the left arm. Bring both hands to the mat, extend the right leg straight. Maybe lift the hips off the floor, lift the leg off the floor. Maybe cross the right ankle over the left and shoot the leg straight out to the side into Ashtavakrasana. Once you've had a little bit of playtime, bring it back through centre. Come to sit back down on your mat, and again, just a few breaths to release. Maybe a few big sighs. Any movements through the arms, through the legs. Instead of letting me direct you, let your body direct you. Let your body direct you into the places, the movements, into whatever it needs. Finding some nice deep hip stretches. Bend the left knee in. Bring the right knee to stack above the top of the left knee for Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Working the hips to the outside, working the heels to the outsides of the hips. There we go, got it. Once again, find some lift through the spine. So think about lifting the ribs up and away from the hips here. Bring the right hand onto the mat, straight out to the side. Reach the left arm up and over, find the side bend. You might even lower the right forearm onto the mat here. And if it feels like a lot to support the weight of the head, you can always bring the left hand to the outside of the head on the right hand side, cradling the head in the hand. If you've got the head in the hands, release, come back up. Bring the hands to the heart. Press the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, finding a little funky twist here. Using that contact between the knee and the elbow to help push you a little bit further into the twist. Unwind from the twist, walk the fingertips forward, fold down over the legs. Find a nice comfortable shape. It might feel intense, but it should feel tolerable so that you can hold it for a good few cycles of breath here. Try and make sure that the weight of the head is supported by something. So maybe you rest the chin down on top of the right knee. Maybe you can pop a block underneath the head. By supporting the weight of the head, it just helps us drop into that parasympathetic nervous system a little bit more easily. So that's our rest, digest, relaxation. Use your next breath in to bring yourself back up out of it. Unravel the legs and bring them into boat pose. I know I'm so mean. Just a last little bit of fire for the core as we near the end of the practice. Hands can be behind the thighs. Maybe they reach straight out in front of you. Tap the right toes to the floor. Lift them up. Tap the left. Lift them back up. Tap both. Lift them back up. Tap right and lift. Tap left and lift. Tap both and lift. One more. Tap right, lift, tap left, lift, tap both, lift, and then drop the feet down, cow face on the second side. This time bend the right knee in, bring the left knee to stack on top of the right knee. Take a moment, get yourself set up. Find your version of the shape. Then find the side bend, bring the left hand or the left forearm down to the side, reach the right arm up and over and really press that right hip back down into the floor. Maybe you bring the right hand towards the left ear, adding that bit of support for the head. Release from the side bend, right elbow to the outside of the left knee, press the hands together at the heart, spin into the twist. Starting to really slow things down, so slow down the breath. We're slowing down the body, and maybe you might find that that helps to slow down the mind. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But just seeing where you can find stillness, physically, mentally. Unwind from the twist, fingertips down, maybe walk them forward and descend the chest down over the legs. Finding something to support your head, whether that's the knee, a block, stacking the hands. Draw yourself back upright as you draw your next breath in. Unravel for one last little moment in boat pose, I promise. Last little bit of fire before we really wind things down. Reach the arms forward. Stretch it down into low boat, come down to hover. Bring it back up, tap the fingertips to the heels. Lower down to hover. bring it up. Last time, lower, hover, hold, breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop everything down onto the mat. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. One last full inhale. Full exhale. Here we are in our Shavasana. If there's any other shapes that are calling to you to finish off your practice, please take those now. And any shape that you want to come into for your Shavasana is welcome. So it doesn't have to be with the legs long if that doesn't feel comfortable. Find any other shape that feels safe and relaxing and comforting. We've done plenty of movement, so really gift yourself a few minutes to be physically still. Letting all of the benefits sink in throughout the body so we can carry a little bit of that yoga magic with us for the rest of our day. Whatever your mind has wandered off to, start to guide it back to your body, to your breath, to here and now. Inviting in a big deep breath, inviting in some movement. You can keep the eyes closed for these last few moments as you slowly, carefully, calmly make your way up to your version of a comfortable seat where we will all meet to close our practice together. So just a moment here to acknowledge yourself for taking an hour out of your day to move, to breathe, to really take time for yourself, to nourish yourself on a mental level, a physical level, an emotional level. Feeling proud of yourself for what you and your body are capable of, for everything that you achieved in this practice. For the rest of your day, I hope that you think peaceful thoughts, I hope you speak peaceful words, and I hope you feel peace in your heart. Thank you all so much for choosing to share your practice with me today. It is an honour to have had you here with me. If you did enjoy this class, please take a second to leave a comment letting me know what you thought. Hit subscribe so that you never miss a class from me, and give it a big thumbs up so that I know you enjoyed it. Hopefully I will see you all on your mats again very soon.